But
Okay.
I go through McDonald's, I'm sitting in the drive-thru, and I'm saying to myself, why would they stop supersize? Because you're gonna go and get 2 large fries anyway.
Yeah.
So make it a supersize. But my wife was like, oh, but they go, well, would you like to supersize it? And yeah, okay, I get that. I understand. But, let us make our own decisions.
Mm.
It's all Marchese and Buller. It's all Marchese and Buller.
Welcome to Horror with Marchese and Buller. And today, we're talking about pop culture. At least with food. Wait a second. So you're telling me that in England, Coke Zero or anything without sugar is less?
Yeah, it costs less money. There's no sugar in it.
They wanted to do a sugar tax here, but they never got it. I don't think they ever did
You
it.
put something on a plate, I'll eat it. So if you put a supersized portion on my plate, I'll eat it. I'll finish it because that's the way I'm programmed by the same sort of design. If you just put standard or small fries, I'd eat that too and just be as happy with it.
Like they got 3 sizes of coffees for $1, so you're going to buy the largest one, but you're not going to. Your stomach can only take so much. So I'm thinking,
I don't know if you saw Super Size Me.
Yeah, I did.
I actually really like watching it. I think it was quite interesting. But we've never had the sizes of portions, even at the takeouts.
That's
like
right.
McDonald's
that
you have. The big gulps and all that. We have never had things like that. That's a 2.5 litre.
Do you have 7-Eleven in England?
No, we don't. I've been to a 7-Eleven when I was in Florida. There's 7-Eleven in Denmark as well, which is a bit random.
Yeah.
That's 1.25 litre. This is like a kind of smallish bottle. Before Super Size Me, you could have gone into a McDonald's and got 2.5 litre, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Well, I remember 7-Eleven, the big gulp, 2-liter freaking jug. And if you bring that jug back in, get like 60 cents off. You can literally fill that thing up and drink the whole thing back then. I was young, but
there's a lot of sugar in it if it's like a standard Coke.
Or the slushies, ice and sugar.
Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. I did love coming over to America, but I think America and England, in terms of like consumerist side of things, are not so far apart now. Back in 2006, when I came over to Florida, I was just amazed at the variety and choice that they've got over there compared to what we have. You walk past KFC and the menu's the size of my wall, whereas you go to a KFC in England and the menu's fairly limited. It's probably not half of what there is over in the States. I remember going into a shop to get some beer, and I was ID'd because I think I was 22 at the time. So the drinking limit in England is 18.
I think they want to lower it again here.
I remember going to this place and there was Corona Light, Corona Cherry. There's multi-packs of like soft drinks made by Cola and Pepsi and Dr. Pepper that I'd never even heard of.
They experiment on the USA.
That's kind of what I love about America, the amount of choice that you've got and the excess. And I suppose it's nice for me as someone coming from quite a conservative country, I suppose. Is that the right word? And then coming over to America where it's like everything's big and everything's brilliant and burgers are like that. But I suppose if you're living in it, then that's different, innit? Do you know what I mean? When you faced with that every day. For starters, it's not amazing anymore because you live in it.
Yeah.
And second, it's not particularly good for you either.
Yeah.
Lisa, we went to Burger King in Florida. It was like 3 stories tall. There's this Burger King. It was ridiculous. Yeah. I don't know if it's the same in New York. You could get as many patties as you wanted.
Yeah.
And it was just like $1 for each extra one. So Lisa got something like ridiculous, like 7 or something, just because she could.
Yeah,
Here, you don't even get that option.
Yeah.
You don't eat the doubles maximum,
I've never tried that. In Puerto Rico, they used to have the chicken Whopper.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's great because, somebody doesn't want to eat beef. But then they brought it here. Now they're doing this veggie thing, just like White Castle. I don't know if you get White Castle, but they...
No, we don't. I know of it because of Harold and Kumar, but yeah.
Yeah, and then these supposedly these veggie burgers, because my sister's a vegetarian, she tried it and it tastes just like the beef. So, like, what are they doing to that,
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a place called Jackson Hole in the city, and give you a fork and knife. because that's how
Right.
big the burger was. It was literally, they took a bowl and put meat in it and cooked it on a grill. I mean, you can make 4 or 5 burgers from that one burger.
We went to Fuddruckers whilst I was over there as well.
Mhm.
And there's like a butcher's in there, you know, you could see the meat getting ground, and then you went through to a bit where they were making patties out of it, and then you actually went up to the counter. So it was quite interesting, you know, seeing from like, not going so far back as like the cow, but you know, just seeing it from like beginning to end.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I had like a £2 burger or something. It was ridiculous. I couldn't eat it. It was just huge.
That was my point from the beginning. You get to a point where you can't eat anymore. It's like going to an all-you-can-eat buffet. You can't you can only stuff your face to a certain point. You know. But have you ever been to Cinnabon? Do they have Cinnabon
No.
where you are? So,
we have Cinnabuns, but not the brand Cinnabon. I can get Cinnabon for my breakfast, but not a Cinnabon.
if you go to the place, and people who don't know what Cinnabon is, if you watch Better Call Saul, which is the prequel to Breaking Bad, he's working in a Cinnabon in the beginning, and they're usually in malls. I love them; they're so good. But just like that, Fuddruckers, you can watch them being made, and you see them roll out this dough, and then they take this huge stick of butter, and I'm not talking about a regular stick of butter. I'm talking about a block, like a brick, and they take this spatula, smack into it, and then they smack it onto the thing. So this whole thing is like just almost a brick of butter, and then they
Wow.
you know, roll it up, and just watching that, you're like, holy crap, like this. And you know, I mean, obviously pastries have to have butter and stuff, but wow, it just makes you know, see what's going into those things.
It's cool you get to see that process, though. You know, that's part of the show, I suppose. Isn't it? That's part of what draws you to it.
Yeah.
It was homemade, sort of. Someone's making it, and you know, it's not from like a
No, but you can
facelift
actually,
factory.
you can literally go to the place and watch them make it in front of you. Like
Do you have
that.
Millie's cookies over there?
Which one?
Millie's cookies.
It sounds. Yes, I think we do.
Yeah, they just something similar over it. They're in malls and stuff over here.
Yeah.
They make cookies in front of you. You know, they sort of make these little cookies and get little bags of them, and they're really nice.
Actually, I think
I wanted to mention this. It's not often I actually read these days. I digest fiction through Audible normally, but I had to pre-order this because I kind of like Paul Tremblay. This is his first short story collection, Growing Things.
And your favorite author, Adam Neville, gave the little blurb up there, I see.
Yeah, my favourite writer, Adam Neville, he said one of the key writers who've made modern horror exciting again. So this is the guy that wrote Head Full of Ghosts and Cabin at the End of the World, both of which are pretty good. I had mixed feelings about Cabin at the End of the World, but it was good, made you think. I'm sort of 4 stories deep into this one. First story, the self-titled Growing Things, is really good. It's like a post-apocalyptic story about, I won't do any spoilers, but about some kids and their father, who are trapped in an apartment or a house, and you just hear little tidbits of what's going on outside. They keep the curtains drawn and everything, but it sounds like things are growing, you know, and they're basically the world's just been taken over by something that's kind of growing, and it's taking all the water supply. It's into the sewers, and it's going out of the sewers through New York City. So you'd be dead now, Will. And it's coming through the floors, and it just describes what's happening with them.
Sounds like that plant story from Stephen King, the one he made.
A little bit, but the horror in this is very much about what's happened within the family as well, and in particular what's happened to their mother. It sort of drip feeds you know, tidbits, and at the end it just rises to this crescendo, and it's really clever. So I can't recommend it enough so far. There's about 20 short stories in there, so give it a blast.
But we want to know what you think. Gary wants to know what you think. Where you live, if you're in another country, are you getting different kind of foods? How is your food? Is your food crap? Is your food good? Is it wholesome? Gary wants to know.
I want to know.
And Pac-Man.
You can't see him. Well, I can't anyway.
I'll see you next time. Well, that third one went quite easily, really, didn't it?
It's all with Marchese and Paul. It's all
It's just like that whole thing with McDonald's, the supersize. I'm going to McDonald's, and this episode will be we're just talking about nothing. I'm just recording. We'll see what happens. But in case anybody's wondering why Gary's holding up that book, this is the end of the pod. Well, Gary!
Sorry. Go on.
We're just talking about nothing. I'm just recording. We'll see what happens. But I go through McDonald's. I'm sitting in the drive-thru, and I'm saying to myself, why would they stop supersize? If you want to have a supersized meal, that's your problem, right? Mm-hmm. That's your issue.
Jesus, man, that's like...
Do you have 7-Eleven in England?
No, we don't. I wanted to mention this.
Put it over your face. There you go. Oh.
Thanks, Will.
No, because it's blocked out a little bit.
Just keep it there for the rest of the podcast. This is completely unrelated, but I said to Will that I kind of mentioned it on the show.
And today, what's that thing that Stephen King always talked about?
Trump.
No. He always not mainstream, but pop culture. And nice sized burgers, not you know.
Not skimping. It was like I think there's about 20 short stories in there. So give it a blast.
Chunky and thick, and it's growing.
Oh, it certainly is. When I read this, it is. Never neglect.
Oh Jesus! I can't cut that out, Gary. So.